Okay, just clap whenever you're ready, and then say, we're gonna begin the portion of the interview, and ask her if she's ready or something about that.
Do you want me to say at first?
Say, so now we're gonna begin the portion of this interview, or we're gonna be the survey portion. My bad, not interview.
No, we're gonna.
Or yes, survey.
We're now going to be doing the survey portion of this
interview. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We're now doing the survey portion of this interview.
We are now going to be doing the survey portion of the interview.
Yes.
Yeah. And then ask her like if she's ready, and then like okay, and so just clap whenever you're like a 3 second, like clap and then wait like 2-3 seconds and then go. Yeah.
Okay. So now we are going to be doing the interview.
It's okay.
The interview. What's a survey or interview? Survey, right?
Survey
So we're going
portion
to
of this
begin
interview.
the survey portion of the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we're going to begin the survey portion of this interview. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So do you find that you spend a lot of time on social media?
Not necessarily. Maybe I get on there 2-3 times a week.
Okay.
hmm
What are your opinions on the current political climate, and do you find that it affects you?
Well, I think currently with our present administration, I think it's it impacts everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're getting a lot of positive and negative opinions of what's going on with our current administration and our current leader. But I think that in essence, even though we try to go about our daily, task or chores, we think about it, about what is going on around us, and especially the division that it's caused since we had, this new administration came in. There's a whole divide in our country today. And you would have to be blind not to see through that and not to see it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, there's been a lot of more shootings lately. I think that the current administrator and president is definitely has not been opposed to people expressing their feelings about hatred as far as it comes to bringing in people from other countries. Although I think in my circle of friends and people my age, what's really gripping us right now about that is the direction that when it comes to it, we all came to this country from the very beginning. There was nothing but Native Americans here. So actually we're all foreigners. We're all newcomers, even though maybe our family came generations ago. That generation started from where? From other countries and other traditions and other cultures. And we are the melting pot. And you would think that at this day and age, we would be going more towards trying to live all together and respecting each other versus, pointing fingers and expressing hatred to one another.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I think it impacts us all.
Do you feel that technology has made various tasks easier or harder?
Well, I think in a lot of ways it's made it easier. For one thing, a lot of people, because they're so busy, they do the shopping online or have someone else do it for them online, right? And communication is easier, But so I think those things, especially with our new iPhones, they have more features, more things to learn, which is a good thing. I think on the positive side, as we use different technology devices, we're learning as they come out, right? Something new, something different. And I think that's good, especially for our generation, or us seniors, because it keeps our brain challenged. you know, because it's not, to me, I feel that it's not just a matter of keeping us, keeping ourselves active, but being challenged by things. So I think technology has helped everyone at every age.
What are your opinions on various technological devices, and do they play an important role in your everyday life?
Absolutely. Yes, I wouldn't know what to do without my phone. I can't remember anybody's phone number anymore. If it's not on my device, I can't communicate, right? And I can't go anywhere without my phone, because then what? I'm totally disconnected from the world, right?
That's very true.
So yes, I think the devices that we have are great. We have our televisions that we can see all other kinds of program, YouTube, Netflix, you name it, we've got it. We even have, devices where we can just find out what's going on at home when we're not there, right? By use of cameras and speakers, and just push a button, find out what's going on at home. So yes, I think that we do use it, and I think that it's been great. The more we learn, the better it is for us, right? It's very unusual nowadays that you find somebody that doesn't know how to use the phone, right?
Yeah. In your opinion, have the arts like movies and like music progressed or regressed?
Well, I think if you do comparison from old movies to new movies, you'll find that somehow we've lost the art of really showing drama and the feelings that would explode from that movie or that camera, right? Now it's more like action and getting things done, right? Even in our newer movies, right? Especially. But I think that one of the things that we haven't lost, especially in our movies, is the message that movie brings to your home or to you, or personally. Yeah.
So have they gotten like better or worse?
Well, I think in a lot, of course, with as far as speed and the using of cameras that you could see every inch of. You can be sitting in your front room and get to know exactly what Paris looks like from a film, right? So I think that's gotten better, and you can go to the Discovery Channel and learn all kinds of things, right? So yes, I think we've improved, but yes, we also have lost some of the art of real acting out in drama, and that's why I love to go see theater, because you get the reaction and the emotion that the actor or actress is bringing to the forefront.
How much stress do you experience on average, and what are the things that you stress about?
I stress about finances. I'm mainly stressed right now about our government and in our country, and I think we all, in the back of our minds, we have that. We know, and especially I think our youth, I think they stress about that. But I stress about my finances. I stress about making plans for my future. I stress about not knowing what's going on. If I don't have my phone, I'm stressed. But yeah, different things, not anything in particular. I think everything. I think we as you know, we live in a very fast-paced life, and just being in traffic stresses you. Yeah, right.
What are your opinions on fashion trends, and do you stay up to date and apply these trends to yourself?
I try to stay with it. I've always liked fashion, so I certainly look at it from a personal angle. From me, I like vintage clothes, and I like to mix it with modern. And so I think that today, just where we're at, it lends itself for even our young people to really enjoy vintage things, and looking at that era of time of the clothes that they're wearing and what was going on. And I think it's fascinating to watch fashion nowadays. It seems like, they say that one fashion goes out and another one comes in, but eventually you're back to the fashion that happened years ago. Hairdos, eye makeup, but of course we do a lot more with fashion today than we've ever done.
What are your opinions on climate change and the need to go green?
Well, I think that's one of our biggest stressors, for anybody that's really keeping a third eye on things, is, what's happening around our globe and how our climates are changing already. And it's just being aware and looking at who are going to be our real leaders to lead us into the next century, and where we can really be comfortable about what we're leaving for our kids, whether they're going to have, healthy vegetation, whether they're going to have clean water, whether they're going to be able to breathe this air, all of those things.
Will you say that you're proud of your various achievements?
I would say so, yes.
Do you regret anything?
Not overwhelming. Sometimes I think, well, I happen to have stayed in the same career and in the same job for over 30 years. And sometimes, and now at my age, I think I should have ventured out more, I should have done more. But then on the other hand, I look at what I was able to accomplish and I go, wow, I did a lot.
If you had a third eye, where would you put it?
I think climate change right now, that's where I would put it. I really keep my ear to the ground on that, because it is it's critical.
Yeah.
And it's a threat to our future and our children, our grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. What will be left for them to enjoy if we don't take time out right now and try to address these issues?
Do you compare yourself to other people of higher status?
Not really. I think as I was growing up, I used to, but I think I outgrew that. And as I got into higher education, I realized that, you really don't do yourself justice, because first of all, we're our biggest judge, right? And we cross-examine everything we do, right? And we're our worst critic. So I think, trying to compare yourself to somebody else really doesn't work for most of us.
What is your opinion of the poor?
Of the poor, as far as what I think of them, or?
Yeah.
Well, I think, don't get me started on the subject. That's what I think. But I think, there's a big, besides the divide of ethnicity and values and what foreigners brings to us and what they don't bring to us, I think the other divide is our economy, right? Because all of a sudden, our our country is so divided between the rich and the poor, and I don't think the poor deserve to be poor, and I think the rich should be able to, kind of share some of their wealth to even things out for us. But I think that if given a chance, any child or any little person could become anything they want, whether they're poor or not. I don't think being poor really, makes you who you are, because it's a value, yes, that we need to have, because as far as economy is concerned, what could we afford, what could we afford to live, all of those factors come in. But when it comes down to it, you have inner values that you're your forefathers and your parents instilled in you. And those values could get you above that poor status. I think that we live still in a country, even with all our present issues, I think that if someone puts their minds to it, they can still live comfortable.
What about the rich?
I think the rich, I don't think that, I think that the poor have, and I have to say this together, I think the poor have issues with not having enough, and I think the rich most of the time, or a lot of times, destroy themselves with the money they have because they worry about the money. They worry about losing the money, and I think that if things were just candy coated for you, or just you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, I think that you're deprived of the sharing and identifying with people that could enrich you as far as their values. I think that the poor, as the rich, we all have issues. We all have issues.
Do you feel that either both or any class is deserving of their economic or social positions?
That's a real tricky question. Are we deserving of being poor? Do the poor deserve to be poor, and do the rich deserve to be rich? I think that I certainly have mixed feelings about that.
A coin is tossed 4 times and comes up tails each time. Is there a higher chance that it will come up tails again?
Well, it has 4 chances, right? You flip to the coin another 4 times, it might come out either 1/4 or 1/2 of a chance.
What will happen if snow was black?
If snow was black, we would be in climate warming right now, faster than ever, because black, as you know, it really absorbs the sunlight and the heat of the sun faster than white. So where we have, in the Arctic where we have ice and big, huge pieces of ice, and if it was all black, it would melt very quickly. Sea levels would go higher, and we would have less land, and we probably would have more wars because everybody would be fighting for the land that was left.
What are ideals and values you value more now than you did at 25 years old?
Oh boy, that's a good one. Well, I always valued, even when I was young, I valued education. But now I think I value, definitely as I got older, I value more the value of having a family and a family structure and the closeness of a family, and sharing within your family, and sharing with others. Those values have sharpened more as I've gotten older than when I was younger. Of course, when you're young, you think about your value system definitely changes, depending on your environment and your upbringing, even to the best, we go through the teenage years, and those are so different for everybody, right? But there's always that feeling of discovery and being challenged and challenging our parents, and just I think a little bit of rebelliousness when we get into the teenage years. Our parents don't know anything. It's only our peers that really have the answers to everything. So yes, my values have changed, and I think I expressed to you that family values matter more.
So that's basically my next question was, do you value family and friends? But that's already answered.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. Did we do okay?
Yes.